This time on BMX React, we're going to be taking a look at Dave Osato's section from the 10-pack distribution full-length video called Evolution. Came out in 2004, and last week I got this text from Biz saying, next time you do a review, got a good one for you. Most insane stuff that still hasn't been done. And if Biz is sending me this video, you know that it's going to be good. So we're going to be taking a look at it today. So first of all, thank you to Biz for sending this one over. I don't think I've seen this video yet, so I'm excited to. It is uploaded to the Snakebite BMX YouTube channel. They uploaded it over a year ago at this point, and if we head on over to the BMX movie database, we can get a little bit more information about this video. So it came out in 2004. It's 30 minutes long. It came out on DVD in Canada from 10-pack distribution. 2004 film Evolution featuring Dave Osato and Jay Miron, among others. So there is a huge list of people who helped film for this thing, including several of the people who are in it. Jay Miron's on there, Dave Osato's on there. Let's see, we go down and we have the full video on the BMX movie database, but just this section is over here, and there may be other sections on the Snakebite channel as well. If you want to watch the whole thing, head on over to the BMX movie database. We have, under the rider list, Jay Miron, Dave Osato, Dustin Gunther, Max Vincent, Rob Parsons, Dom Mock, Dan Rigby, Jared Creeley, Stefan Royer, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I know I did. John Heaton, Greg Nicholson, Matt Byers, Jamie McIntosh, Carl Engstrom, Ben McPherson, and Travis Collier. So today we're going to be taking a look at Dave Osato's section from this video, and without any further delay, let's get into it. 5 minutes of the most insane stuff that still hasn't been done. Let's take a look. Here we go. So the beginning, we got some fire. I can't tell. Oh, it's sunglasses. I couldn't tell what that was. There's Dave Osato. Front and back brake, tech, wizard, assassin. Big nose pick whip on a bank to sub. Some B-roll, a little putting on the green. Golfing and BMX has always seemed to go together. And the song, this is so mid-2000s. He did a 180 ice 180. Like 10 years before anyone even cared about that trick. Holy crap. Then double nose pick whip, 3 and into the pool, and then wall ride to whip out. Toothpick to over on a double coping spine. Insane in itself. Nose pick whip on the bank to sub on the top of it, or the bank to wall. Nice hang nothing. Coming around to a whiplash, rolling whiplash. Little case there, but we'll forgive it. That was cool use. Is that HCS? I don't know. It might have been. Daily grind, gap to the kink handrail. Turn down over the hip. Down whip. 3 to manual. Going into the hip there. Dang, was that Oppo 270 tap to ice? Oppo 270 tap, Oppo, or no, I have to go back through that. That just screwed my brain up. Huge rail. I think he was doing regular 270 tap. I can't even speak. 270 toothpick half bar. Oh my God. 7 tap over the spine after a perfect 5 tap. The over tooth no footer. Big nose pick whip on a big quarter to sub. Whipping over the pyramid to oppo whip the next one. Regular and opposite 360s over it too. God dang. Riding a Jersey barrier like it's a spine. Ice. Oh, yes. Catching transition too. Nose pick whip. This guy. Did he just do over X up double peg on a spine? Manual to whip. 270 tap ice to fakie. Finally an attainable trick. Whip to tap. Oppo whip to tap. What the hell? Or was it down whip to oppo tap? Ice over on that setup. Toothpick whip on a quarter. My goodness. This section is literally insane by today's standards. Was that an oppo down whip? It might have been. 5 tap to nose pick on the top of a sub. Downside toothpick stall and a quarter. My brain is melting. Everything about this is just literally melting my brain. X up the hip. This is the most normal we've seen Dave Osato so far. Flowing around the bowl. Something abnormal's coming. It has to. Look back. Nice look back. Where's this going? Opposite deck manual. Opposite hip. Opposite hip. Was that a opposite whip? Maybe? Did he do a gap to oppo kinker earlier? What the hell? I think I'm realizing this. He might have. Big rail. Whip to sprocket 180. 3 whip over spine opposite. I think Biz mentioned that. That was an opposite 3 whip, right? Because he spun to the right. And look, he's spinning left in the double 360 nose pick whip. Whip to manual. And he's right foot forward. Big foot nose pick. Nose pick whip on the wall. Over toothpick whip to fakie on a street spot or double coping spine. A huge double coping spine at that. Damn, whip manual whip. Over toothpick whip back over. That is seriously one of the craziest tricks. Whip to nose pick. Whip to seat lander tire tap to god dang decade in. God dang. All right. We gotta freaking assess this. It's gonna make this a little bit longer, but we have to slow down to comprehend everything that happened in this section. My goodness, Dave Osato, you are a god amongst men. 180 ice 180 on a rail, literally almost 20 years ago. That trick became popular, like Rob Wise was doing it. He did it up the rail that went, up the wall or whatever that was, or whatever he did. And then people started doing it in, not mid to late 2000s. It was 2010 through 2015. That trick was super popular. So we got the double Canadian nose pick whip. Didn't catch that it was Canadian at first. Yeah, that happened. The wall to whip, it's decent. Toothpick to over on a spine is so insane, let alone a super steep spine like that one. Nice nose pick on the top of the wall, the wedge, wall, top. The hang nothing to rolling whiplash in. Encased a little bit, but what are you going to do? Then he carves the bowl corner. I don't think this is HCS now that I'm looking at it. Then he 3 taps, then he does a whip. This. Yeah, dude, that is opposite. What the hell? Captain, huge opposite double peg. I wonder if it was a case of like Osato learned opposite before regular on certain things and then just learned them both and they both became regular. Dave, I don't know if you're ever going to see this, but I would love to learn more about your riding and growing up riding and learning tricks and all this stuff. If you would like to do a podcast one day, please, let's do it. Holy cow. 450 tap to manual, or 450 to manual. So this is cool because this is the one that fried my brain. It's a regular 270 tap to opposite ice pick stall to fakie on that quarter. Rolls out the proper direction, which is normal. So that's fair. Then he does regular 270 tap, oppo ice to 270, which makes sense. Once you get into the oppo ice, you can spin your normal way to get out, but god dang is it good. Then we've got normal handrail, super big handrail. This, holy hell, over tooth, pivot the bike, but keep the bars in the same place. You're X'd up, you let go, you grab the bars. It did a half bar spin. Whatever. So then you got the 5-tap, beautiful 5-tap on a quarter. Then a beautiful 7-tap, no hops over the spine. The over tooth, no footer in. Nose pick whip on a big sub. Gotta love it. Whip regular, whip opposite over the pyramid, then regulars 3, then opposite 3. My goodness, Dave Osato is not human. Riding this Jersey barrier like it's a street spine. Ice over to oppo tooth, back over, which, to be fair, a lot of people, when they learn over toothpick back overs, they use their opposite peg so they can spin their normal direction. Regardless, it's a Jersey barrier. Insane. Then the 270 tap over ice, back over, catching all of the transition. That's not a transition, that's a Jersey barrier. Over X up double peg on a freaking street or double coping spine. Wait, is that Lucky? Does he have a second peg over there? Yeah, I think he did. I might be overanalyzing. Yes, there's another peg there, but that's insane. Manual to tail whip. You know that bike wasn't light. You know that all of this stuff is because Dave Osato is just a man of men. The 270 tap over ice to fakie. We have to, do we do it? Do we do it? Let me watch it again. Regular 270 tap, regular ice pick to fakie. He does the Indian giver. Damn it, Dave. Damn it, you were almost perfect. Whip tap. That's oppo whip tap. Oppo whip 2, not down whip like I thought it might be. That ice to over was neat. Toothpick whip on the freaking quarter pipe. Such a crazy trip. Gap to Phoebes with the Toyota sticker on his frame. Oppo down whip, correct? Yes, Oppo down whip. Then the 5-tap on the quarter to hop up to nose pick on the sub, making it back in. That is so difficult. If you follow BMX, you may have seen that he went to a jam and did one of these downside toothpick stalls on a quarter perfectly. So damn good. Dave Osato. And the only part that we fast forward through is this line in the bowl. I think it ended with an opposite whip here. Gotta fast forward. I think. Correct. Oppo whip. Couldn't really tell where he landed there. Normal grind on the massively long kinked handrail. Sweet 270 there. That was a cool one. Then into a 5, which was like an alley-oop 5, which granted makes an alley-oop, makes the 5 spin a little easier, but makes it way less controlled and way more crazy. Huge rail. Whip to sprocket. So 180 whip to sprocket 180 on a street spine. Opposite 360 tail whip over a spine. Let's watch this again. His right foot forward. He spins to the right. Spins the tail whip to the right. Catches it. Whatever. That's insane. Over a spine. My goodness. I didn't even catch what that was. I was too in shock of the oppo. Canadian to 360. My buddy Trevor was just talking about those this weekend. Trevor, you can do that trick. So we got the double 360 nose pick whip, her 360 double nose pick whip, the whip to manual on the big sub. Huge nose pick on a huge sub. Nose pick whip on the wall. Crazy. Then you got the over toothpick whip 180 over the spine. And the whip to manual to tail whip into the quarter. And then we have the over toothpick whip on the spine back over. How many people in all of BMX history have done that trick. It's gotta be less than 10, at most less than 20. Look how close that has to be. Boom. Perfect. My gosh. Whip to nose pick. Beautiful. Then the whip. Was that opposite whip? Opposite whip. It's just comical at this point. Catch the frame in the Abubakar tire tap position to decade. Trevor Watchering, that's next on your list. You can tail whip, you catch the frame. Just do it, bud. My God, this was an incredible section. Biz, thank you for sending me this. When you watch this, tell Dave I would be honored if he would join me for a podcast. And if you're watching this right now, let me know your first thoughts when this came out in 2004 and you watched it, because I have no idea. I mean, it blew my mind today with everything I've seen that's happened since 2004. I can't even imagine what it was like when this came out in 2004. There is a reason Dave Osato is one of the best and up there in the top 5, top 3, top 2. I mean, he's up there in the best technical riders, technical burly brake riders of all time. So if you guys enjoyed this BMX React, let me know in the comments what I should react to next, whether it's something from 2004, 1984, or 2023 going on 2024, if you're watching this in the future or anywhere in between. And hopefully we will see you next time on BMX React, or even tomorrow for another video. Thank you for watching. See you there. Goodbye.